Welcome back to Behind the Bolt with Pro Bowler Nick Hardwick. I am Jordan Bean, and it's time for our Caption This contest on Facebook. We put up an image, you guys caption it, but Nick, I think that in the sake of stopping FCC fines for the show and blocking those, because I'm sure we wouldn't get the best responses from Chargers fans right now, we put up this image right here as Phillip Rivers' 215 completions are the most through 7 games in NFL history. We're going to pick one of the people that commented on that picture, and we're going to pick Max Rogers. So congratulations to you. You're going to get something very cool from Vivid Seats. Nick, now it's time to talk about the Ravens off to Baltimore this weekend, and this is a case of two desperate teams trying to get a win.
They both need it to turn their season around. Both teams still feel like they've got an opportunity to make it to the playoffs. This game determines a lot of that. Must win.
And Nick, the Ravens are way down in a hole, 1-6 right now. Baltimore's worst start under John Harbaugh. And it's a team that's kind of changed. Last year they had Gary Kubiak as their offensive coordinator. They set all sorts of records. Mark Trestman comes in from Chicago as Kubiak goes to Denver, and things have changed.
Yeah, they keep the same offense, same terminology, same language, but not the same results. They're a middle-of-the-pack offense at best. Justin Forsett's doing a nice job running the football, averaging 4.4 yards a carry. They got Steve Smith, who at the ripe age of 36 years old is still making plays. He's still got a lot of fight in him. And that's a matchup that Jason Verrett talked about, really looking forward to between the two of them. I also look forward to that.
Yeah, he's literally ready to fight the hot dog vendor when he walks into the building. I mean, that guy will fight anybody.
He shows up pissed off.
Yeah.
Outside of Steve Smith, this Baltimore Ravens offense is looking for another difference maker. Their second leading receiver is their running back, Justin Forsett, catching screens out of the backfield. They've got Kamar Aiken, who has half the receptions that Steve Smith has as the number one receiver. He's got that big play ability, kind of Malcolm Floyd-ish, deep threat. Other than that, Joe Flacco is struggling to find targets.
Yeah, and they went big in the draft offensively. Their first 2 picks, Brashard Perryman was their first pick, a wide receiver, and then they went tight end with Max Williams in the second pick. Both of those guys have had trouble getting on the field. So when you don't hit on those early draft picks, those high draft picks, offensively, you're going to struggle. One more question about this Ravens offense. Is Joe Flacco elite?
Oh,
I know it's a tough one.
that is the question.
That is the question,
That
right?
is the question. At times he is elite, and at times, no.
So clearly the jury's still out on the eliteness of Joe Flacco. Nick, let's turn our attention to the Ravens' defense, which when I think of Baltimore, I always think about their defense. That's been the cornerstone of that franchise from Ray Lewis all the way on down, but they're missing some key pieces, and it looks like not exactly the same unit that was out there, a powerhouse defense all those years.
Oh gosh, not at all. This is a rebuilding defense right here. And T says Terrell Suggs, their spiritual leader and emotional core of this entire football team, is out with an Achilles tendon rupture. No longer there. They're looking towards inside linebacker Darryl Smith, who's in his 12th year, leading the team in tackles. He's having a fantastic year, coming a couple years back from Jacksonville. They can stop the run still, which has always been a hallmark of this Baltimore Ravens defense. They're in the top 10 in the league against the rush. But everywhere else, they are towards the back of the pack.